Hello friends. Well, here is how I've built two successful businesses over the years. And my credibility, I guess, is I haven't needed a job since February of 2010. So here's how I built two successful businesses a long time ago, and they've sustained. So I guess they're successful. But the first thing that I did was I found out what the core profit producing activities were. Not activities that didn't produce a profit or a result of some kind, but those core activities that were profit producing, that were just far beyond arbitrary. Found out what those were. And it was just a few things, like 3 or 4 things that I would do on a daily basis. So that leads me to step number 2. 1, finding out what those core producing activities are. And then step number 2, I would do those activities on a daily basis, and I would make sure my head would not hit the pillow. I wouldn't go to sleep that night until I got those done. So no matter how busy I was with other things, I made sure I got those few things, like those 3 or 4 things done on a daily basis. Which leads me into, I guess, step number 3, if we're keeping track. And that was a little bit of a Jedi mind trick that we all need to do to maintain mental and emotional health. So for me, that was, I would emotionally tie myself to those activities rather than the results. And I think the reasons are pretty obvious as to why that was so incredibly important. So it was all about the activities. My emotional investment was, got to get those activities done. And I would just sort of forget about results. Just forget about it. And that way, step number 4, I guess, would be, step number 4 would just be a natural, organic thing that would happen from being emotionally tied to the activity rather than the results. So step number 4 would be results. It's imminent. You're doing core producing profit activities on a daily basis. At some point, sooner or later, you will arrive at some future point where you're getting a result of some kind. Something tangible, something empirical, something objective, something real. And then that can be the thing that motivates you rather than empty, arbitrary, feel good, pump you up kind of talk. I always like motivation to be kind of a byproduct of results. And the best way to get those results is to not focus on the results. It's to not put your emotion into those results, but put your emotion into the activity, because that is something that you have control over that. On a daily basis, you have control over if you're going to get whatever profit producing activities accomplished. Like mine was like 3 or 4 things. I had control over that on a daily basis, so I exercise that control on a daily basis. Therefore, I could go to sleep at night feeling good about the day, because that's where my emotions was, the profit producing daily core activities. And so the results came very organically as a byproduct. And then from the results, I allowed the motivation to happen. So the motivation to do what? The motivation to refuel me to keep up with the daily core activities, that thing I continue to have control over. And that thing works really well, especially with businesses that produce some sort of leveraged income. You've heard of residual and passive money. It's all under the umbrella of leveraged income, because that's more scalable. And it's also very few business models that are scalable in a way that has the potential to grow exponentially or in multiplication tables rather than just adding up, but exploding in multiplication tables. Very few business models can do that. So those concepts, those tips, the Jedi mind trick, I guess it could work for anything, but I found it works particularly well with leveraged income kind of opportunities. So there you have it. And if you'd like to see my website, orgasmicpathways.com, it's wonderful. My first business was, I describe it as an over-glorified referral network with health and fitness products, which works for me because I'm a fitness nerd. I love nutrition. I love studying the body. I love wellness. We'll just call it wellness. It's a big umbrella. It encompasses a lot. So my first business being an over-glorified referral network with health and fitness dealings was something that works out well for me. I haven't so much materially participated in it a number of years, but I still, like, if somebody asks me for something, I'm always happy to give them my referral link. So feel free to scope for that, or if you don't see it, just ask me and I'll send it to you. And my second business was rental properties. And those I've still got both businesses. The rental properties I never materially participated in. I've got a management company that does all that for me, so I've never met any of my tenants. I don't even visit my properties after I close on them. My property management does all of that, which is fantastic. In that first business, I did materially participate in for a number of years. And now it's much more, I've limited myself much more. So I'd just rather do other things right now, I guess. But that first business was the springboard into getting into that second business. In that first business, the overglorified referral business and with health and fitness, that's where I really married myself to those daily activities that would produce a profit and a result. And then those results gave me all kinds of motivation. Instead of empty motivation, it was like real motivation to keep on with the daily core of activities. And I did that for a number of years. So that was all really, really cool. But there you have it. My friends out there, friends, strangers, people that I don't know, people I do know. I recommend it, man. And quick review, find out what the daily core profit producing activities are, then do those on a daily basis. And the Jedi mind trick, emotionally attach yourself to the activities and getting those done on a daily basis because you have control over that. Don't become emotionally attached to the outcome or the result, especially not at first. And then the last thing, that thing that just organically happens as a natural byproduct of being focused on the activity rather than results, is going to be, well, the actual results, a result of some kind. High five. Feel free to share this. And orgasmicpathways.com. Check it out. I got tons of stuff there. Mostly free stuff. Free workouts, free meals, free nutrition and fitness tips, all kinds of stuff. And music. I got a lot of music there too. I play guitar. Lately, mostly improv work. And that's all free too. So just enjoy it.